welcome back. So I do apologize. I had accepted some duty officer missions that held me all the way from level 13 to level 21. I forgot that I had started some high-level duty officer missions that give out excellent rewards. I have started some more, but I will not accept those just yet. So, this is the ship we are currently flying. Is Nebula class science vessel. Let me just accept some of these. Not the one I need. Which is not the ones that are the high levels, because I started some of those.
Congratulations, Commander!
Okay, I will not accept any more of those for a bit. Let's see if I can start any new ones.
Condition Alpha. Repeat. Condition Alpha.
Okay, let's start with the next mission.
Commander Burgess, Starfleet Intelligence. There's something I'd like you to look into. It could change the course of the war in our favor. We have intel suggesting that the Klingons are operating a secret weapons facility in the Hiromi cluster. We also believe the base is under the command of Ambassador Bavat, a controversial figure in Klingon politics. I'd like you to get to the truth of the matter, and soon. To that end, I'm sending one of my top agents to join you on the mission. I think you'll find Lieutenant Van Zyl to be a very capable officer. Don't hesitate to seek her counsel in the field. Proceed to the Briar Patch and find out what the Klingons are up to. If there are any weapons there, you are to deactivate or destroy them. And should you encounter the Ambassador, do bring him in. I'd like a word.
I'll do my best, Commander Burgess.
Admiral Quinn says you're...
So let's return to our ship and head out into space. I swear these loading screens take forever whenever I'm streaming. Briar Patch we go. Thanks for having me along, Commander. I'll look forward to solving this little mystery with you and your crew. As do we, Lieutenant. Right, to business. Long-range sensors are picking up several Klingon battle groups. They appear to be placing self-replicating disruptor turrets throughout this region of space. I'll take those cannons out now as the entire asteroid belt will be bristling with Klingon defenses. Thank you for your suggestion. Anything else? While the composition of this nebula will make maneuvering at high speeds impossible, in addition, the Briar Patch contains pockets of Metreon gas. The gas is highly radioactive to weapons fire and could be very dangerous. Starfleet recommends we keep at least 4 kilometers away from any gas clouds. It should keep us out of range if one of them happens to ignite. Keep at a distance of 4 kilometers, got it. However, the gas can be used as a weapon. Do you remember the Riker maneuver? We detonate the pockets of gas when the Klingons are close to them. Do a lot of our work for us. Understood. Commander, as you wear Metreon clouds, the system require us to maintain low impulse speed or risk damage to the ship. You sound like you have an idea. I do, and it's a little on the radical side. Let's hear it. I think we can safely modify... Wow. I think we can modify the Bussard collectors to filter out only a percentage of the Metreon particles, and we can use the excess energy to go to full impulse without risking to the ship. Not sure what the percentage might be, though. I think it might work. My calculations put the filter rate around 68.2%.
Target's shields have failed.
Change my HUD settings. Okay, good to go.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Thought I heard weapons fire.
Target shields have failed. Hull integrity below 75%. Warning, ship is under attack. Four shields failing.
sensors are picking up energy signatures near the large asteroid. Looks like defense targets are guarding the facility on the asteroid surface. Judging by the layout I'm reading here, there's a KDF military research station built into the asteroid. I think it's worth investigating. Our Klingon friends are up to some mischief in this base. Yeah, I think so too.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Excellent. Defenses have been neutralized. We should be able to proceed. With your permission, I'll join the away team. I believe they're standing by, awaiting your orders. Let's go. Heads up, I'm reading several Klingons in the area. My tricorder is also picking up 2 additional life signs ahead. Hostages, perhaps? Thing I can steal here? But I gotta breach the door with a door breaching charge. Somehow I miraculously survived that explosion.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Love how that Klingon tried to reach for help.
I'd be happy to tell you what I know, but ask fast. I'm going to the shuttle bay and getting out of here.
How did you get here?
I'm an independent researcher. Word got out that an interested party was paying a lot of latinum for simple projects. It sounded like a good deal. Then I got here, found out the Klingons were my new employers, and the good deal was work or die. I should have known better. There used to be about 20 of us working on various projects. As people completed their work, they would disappear. I heard one of the Klingons say that my time was up. You got here just in time.
What do you know about Ambassador Bavat?
Bavat is the one running this whole operation. I overheard him say he's keeping the Klingon Empire strong by prolonging the war with the Federation. He thinks that unless the Klingons have an enemy on which to focus their energies, they'll fight amongst themselves and tear the Empire apart. I kind of hope he's right.
Do you know his whole plan?
He hasn't let much information slip, but I know that he found some sort of device abandoned in deep space. He wants to use it in an attack so horrible, the people of the Federation will demand that Starfleet take revenge. The fighting will continue for years.
What are you going to do now?
I'm heading for the hangar, finding the first ship that will fly and getting out of here. I'm done working for Klingons. Some of them are honorable, but Vivat cannot be trusted. His desire for war with the Federation has blinded him.
What do you know about the weapons here?
The Klingons are planning something big. They have been forcing us to design weapons. They want improved disruptors and torpedoes for their ships, but some of their demands have been very specific.
Specific? How? So.
They want a weapon that can punch through solid neutronium, which is impossible. And they keep talking about torpedoes, with payloads big enough to destroy a small planet.
Were any of you successful in designing these weapons?
There are prototypes of some of the new weapons in the laboratory here, as well as schematics on the base computers. If I were you, I'd destroy the prototypes and the schematics. Neither side needs that kind of destructive power.
Understood.
Thank you. These Klingons have had me designing weapons for them at Disruptor Point. The scientists who finished their research are taken away. We are the only two left.
All scientists are safe, thankfully. I suggest we locate those weapons now. We can set up explosive charges and remotely detonate them when we return to the ship. Good idea, let's find those weapons. And time for a breaching charge again.
Personal shield losing power. Flanking damage detected.
How can those Klingons not notice me? What do the weapons fire?
Personal shield losing power.
There's a computer core nearby. Let's finish cleaning up these Klingons first. Or never mind. There's a computer core nearby. Let's see if we can upload its contents to your ship's computer. Data we find may give us insight on how the Klingons were planning to use these weapons. May even find hints of Vivat's ultimate plan. We have the data. Preliminary analysis indicates, hold on, something's happening. Sensors are picking up a Klingon vessel leaving the facility. We could really use you back on the bridge, Commander. Understood, returning.
Face to face at last with one of the Federation's greatest officers. I've read much about you, though I'm not as impressed as our intelligence agents are. After all, you were rather easily led to this system by a few well-placed pieces of bait. I've had pet dogs with more sense. I have everything I need from the research station, but I must say, humiliating a Federation war criminal is, as the humans say, an added bonus. Try to stop us if you must. However, I won't think poorly of you if you walk back to Earth with your tail between your legs, there to whimper at your master's feet.
Go to hell, Bovat.
You have lost this day. Victory is mine, and mine alone. Qapla'!
Tactical, what's the situation? Never mind Bovat, Commander, we have more immediate concerns. Raiding several Klingon ships on sensors. Looks like they're attempting to escape the system. Looks like they're trying to use the asteroid belt to mask their warp core signatures. If we hurry, we might be able to intercept them. Understood.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target shield has failed. Warning. Ship is under attack. Target shield has failed. Core shields failing.
Excellent work, Commander. Bovat won't be getting his hands on those experimental weapons. We've recovered a lot of actionable intel from that base. I've transmitted the data we pulled from their computer core to Starfleet Intelligence. Here's hoping it gives us the edge we need to bring an end to this conflict once and for all. Hope so too.
I've read the after-action report filed by Lieutenant Van Zyl. Pity we weren't able to apprehend Bovat, but I'm glad we shot that weapons facility down. Nicely done. As for that weapons research the Klingons were conducting, Starfleet has some of our best people analyzing the data you recovered. We'll find out what Bovat and his people were doing there soon enough. There's a lot more intel to analyze, and I suspect we'll be working again soon. Klingons don't tend to think small, and we'll need the best we can get to deal with Bovat and his...
Machinations?
Admiral Quinn
Congratulations,
said you're the
Commander.
right officer for this job.
Now it's time for one of my favorite missions, the Doomsday Device.
Starfleet Intelligence needs your help.
Starfleet believes that the Klingons were testing their new weapons in the Amaga system. We have information that now leads me to believe that these test programs for something much larger than a new kind of torpedo. Starfleet Intelligence has received a message from someone claiming to serve in Ambassador Bavat's personal force. This source has Ambassador's research complete, and he's planning on using some sort of doomsday weapon on Federation worlds. My aide, Lieutenant Van Zyl, will join you for this mission. Go with her to the Donata system. Bavat has a small supply base near one of the outer planets. Our source, a man named Kavolk, says we will find the information we need to stop Bavat there.
Admiral Quinn says you're the...
Okay. Let's go find Kavolk. Captain, we've arrived in the Donata system. Starfleet Intelligence told Admiral Quinn we have a contact in Bavat's fleet and he's on one of these vessels. I was expecting some sort of coded transmission, but I'm not receiving anything. It's time for the direct approach, Captain. I recommend we disable one of the Klingon ships and board it.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shield has failed. Four shields failing. Target's shields have failed.
Whatever you need, sir.
Enemy shields, weapons, and engines are totally disabled, Captain. Sending over boarding parties to secure the ship. You can join them whenever you're ready, sir. Let's do it.
How can I help you?
Commander, I'm coordinating the boarding party's movements. Teams are reporting that the Targ was running with a skeleton crew. There's been a few skirmishes already, but you shouldn't have too much difficulty securing the ship.
Your orders, sir.
Right. Deck you're on is secure, but Gamma Squad is reporting there's a few Klingons left on the bridge. The Klingons are locked on the Turbolist, but now we hold engineering who can take control of the entire system. The Turbolift near your location is operational. Use it to get to the bridge. I'll transport security teams to support your advance. And the captain has now been assassinated.
Captain's personal log. I have been betrayed by my first officer, a man I considered my friend, Kavog. Why? He and a group of traitors tried to take the ship. Kavog is the only survivor. There is also evidence that Kavog sent a coded message to Federation space. I do not understand why a warrior I have trusted with my life would do this. He tried to explain, but I do not need to listen to the words of a traitor. Let him rot in the brig. Ambassador Bavat has ordered me to bring him to the Imaga system for questioning. Kavog will die screaming. It is not an honorable death, but it is the one Kavog deserves.
Oh, gotta go to the brig. Hello, Kavalk.
What do you want?
I won't speak to you through a force field like a cage animal. Let me out and we can talk.
You are my enemy, but today you are my only hope. I will redeem my honor.
Why were you in the brig?
I was once the first officer of this ship. I served the House of Bavat loyally and well, and fought by my captain's side in battle. I thought I was living an honorable life, and then I learned what Ambassador Bavat's plans for the war were. I could not let Bavat do such a horrific thing. To unleash such a weapon upon the galaxy for his own ends is the act of a coward, not a warrior. I gathered a small group of officers who thought as I did. Our plan was to take over the ship and fly it to the Imaga system. There, we would either stop this doomsday before it occurred, or die in battle. I tried to take this ship. I failed. Now I am dishonored, and I must redeem myself or die. Do you have more questions?
Why did you contact Starfleet Intelligence?
When my plan to take the Targ was discovered, I knew I had to act quickly. Bavat has much more than the experimental weapons from the base in the Briar Patch. He has a planet killer, a ship of such destructive power that nothing can stand against it. He intends to use this doomsday machine to attack Federation worlds. I find myself in a strange place. To regain my honor, I must join forces with my enemy. I sent a coded message to the Sol system and hoped that the right person would hear it. Do you have more questions?
Why do you think Bavat is doing this?
Bavat is obsessed with conflict. He believes that the Klingon Empire will stagnate and fall into degeneration and ruin unless they have enemies to fight. Without war, Bavat believes that we will destroy ourselves. Bavat found the planet killer, and he ordered his scientists to learn how to control it. Now, he plans to attack and destroy one of your worlds. The Ambassador knows the Federation wants peace. But if there was an attack where billions died, would something so heinous make you want revenge? If he succeeds, the war between our peoples will be endless, and Bavat will have won. Do you have more questions?
Tell me more about this planet killer.
It is a ship with no crew. Its hull is solid neutronium. It fires beams of pure anti-protons, and fuels itself with the hulks of destroyed planets. Weapons are useless against it. The planet killer is ancient. I have heard stories that your Starfleet defeated a device similar to this long ago. I hope that you will be able to defeat this one as well. Do you have more questions?
Where did Bavat find a doomsday machine?
It was a floating hulk deep in the Taang Nebula. Ships from his house searched for months before they found it.
Bavat claims to have knowledge of the future. He says that is why he knew the planet killer would be found in the nebula. Its location was forecast. I do not know if this is true. If our actions cannot change our path, then are we imprisoned by fate? Was I destined to lose my honor and betray my captain? Do you have more questions?
Bavat has knowledge of the future?
So he claims. I was once one of Bavat's most valued officers, and he told me much of his plans. Bavat said that centuries ago, there was a temporal Cold War. Factions from the future manipulated people in their past like pieces in a Klinjar game, each trying to change history for their own ends. Agents from one of these future factions, the Nakul, came to the Klingon Empire in the 22nd century. They tried to gain my people's loyalty by revealing much of what was to come. My ancestors listened and recorded all that they were told. Then they spat in the Nakul's faces and sent them back to their own time empty-handed. Even then, we would never be willing slaves. Since then, the knowledge that the Nakul offered in trade for servitude has been preserved by a small cabal of Klingons. This organization ruled from the shadows, using what they knew, what was forecast, to guide the future of the Empire. Bavat is the last. He has no sons, and trusts no one. When he dies, all that came from the Nakul dies with him. Do you have more questions?
What was your plan to stop the attack?
Bavat had a plan to stop the Doomsday Machine if he ever lost control. This ship is equipped with Hak-Peng torpedoes. They have a greater yield than any weapon currently used by the Empire or your Federation. The planet killer is hidden in the Imaga system now. My plan was to fly to the system, disable Bavat's control over it, and then use the weapons on this ship to destroy it. Do you have more questions?
Why can't we simply send a fleet to Imaga to stop the Doomsday Machine?
Bavat's forces have total control over the Imaga system. To keep any ships but those loyal to him away, Bavat has installed a series of generators that maintain an energy drain, much like the Breen weapon that disabled ships during the Dominion War. Bavat's ships have been modified to withstand this drain. Any others that approach the system will be helpless. Do you have more questions?
What should we do now?
Help me. Repair this ship and we will fly it to Imaga together. Then we can disable the energy drain so your fleet can enter. With your help, we can destroy the Doomsday Machine and end the threat to your Federation.
Understood. I'm receiving a transmission from Earth Space Dock for you, Priority 1. I'll patch the message through to you. You can use the terminal in the ready room. Okay. That's the situation here. Your orders?
Do what you think is best. It's risky, but Kavok may be our best chance to stop Bavat and this planet killer. I'm notifying all available ships to change course for Imaga. Once the energy drain is taken care of, they'll move in to support you. I don't need to tell you how important it is to stop the Doomsday Machine before Bavat can use it to attack populated worlds. Millions of people are relying on you to save them. I know you can do it. Good luck.
Thank you. Captain Purple Muffins to Lieutenant
Yes,
Benzel.
Captain.
Send a repair team and a bridge crew over immediately. We'll be using this ship.
Understood. I'll join you shortly.
All systems are operational. We're ready to depart. Go. All that running around was done.
I'm monitoring communications from the planet. They're not calling for ships, so either they haven't noticed us, or they think we're supposed to be here. We're safe for now, but that could change. We need to scan one of the generators maintaining the energy drain to get all the information I need to finish a new command program. Be careful. Bavat trusts no one, not even his own men. He may have defenses in this system even I don't know about.
Damage report.
Minimal damage, Captain. All systems are functional.
Kavok, what attacked us?
Drones? Ah! Bavat must have upgraded the security. Scanning the generators now. I have the data. We will need to load the control program into all 3 generators. After that, we can change the command codes from a terminal on the planet's surface.
Gotta love it when I can take him out with one shot.
Generators are under our control now, but your ships won't be safe until we lock Bavat and his forces out of the command consoles. I've equipped your away team with holoprojectors, and they're ready for the mission. And Captain, remember that you're a Klingon now. Try not to look too out of place.
Understood, Kavok.
The objective here is simple. Find a control console and change the command codes. Then Bavat won't be able to stop us from shutting down the energy drain. There are 2 consoles. The Alpha console is staffed by an officer who might be willing to negotiate. The Beta console, let's just say that Commander Talk prefers fighting to talking. The soldiers here shouldn't challenge you. But be careful of the Targs. The holo emitters won't fool them. I have another task to complete. Meet me back here when you are done with the command codes.
Understood. And I'm gonna keep my away team right here. So they don't engage any Targs.
Captain, I've been monitoring your progress from the ship. You are very close to one of the control consoles. There are Klingons where you need to go. You will either need to convince them to leave their post, or find other means of getting access.
Other words, kill him. Understood.
The Empire will prevail.
No one is allowed to use this console.
Step aside, Topa.
Death to the enemies of the Empire.
You dare to challenge a warrior of the Empire, you'll die for that insult, Doc.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power.
I see your mission was successful. Excellent. Mine was as well. I have smashed the device that Bavat used to control his doomsday machine. The planet killer is now as dangerous to him and his ships as it is to anyone else. You cannot control the storm, Captain. If you try, it will consume you. Meet me back at the ship. There is still more to do before this dark day ends and my honor is restored.
Understood. Oh, Tarks.
You? You stumbled into my trap in the briar patch like a blind Grishnar cat. And here you are again, luring Starfleet ships to my testing grounds. The Doomsday Machine will destroy them. It will create glorious, endless war and strife. And it is all possible because of you. Your naivete has been a great help to me. Thank you.
No! I will not allow you to dishonor the Empire with your thirst for blood. We face our enemies as warriors, Bavat. We do not massacre innocents with machines of death.
There are no innocents. There are only the strong and the weak.
Are you strong enough to fight your own weapon? I have destroyed the device controlling the planet killer. No one is safe.
This isn't over. Warriors, attack! Joel, it's you!
And you beam out like a little coward.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Captain, Klingon comm traffic just spiked. Bavat's forces have lost control of the Doomsday Machine, and they are scrambling all available ships to try to stop it. I've been in contact with Commander Burgess. Now that the energy drain won't affect our ships, the Starfleet task force is inbound. We need to get back into space as soon as possible.
Understood, returning.
I see it. Bavat's planet killer is here. Maybe it has a weakness that we haven't found yet. We need to run a scan. Go to the navigation beacon. That should be close enough for the scan, but far enough away to keep us safe until help arrives.
Understood. Damage report.
Structural integrity holding, sir. We're shook up, but we'll be okay. Captain, there's an unauthorized shuttle launch. It's Kavok. Hail coming in, sir. I'll put it on the main screen.
Stay where you are, Captain. I'll handle this.
Kavok, turn that shuttle around. You'll be killed!
My life is of no consequence, but my honor. No, I must do this. Destroying this abomination is the only way to redeem myself. Farewell, Captain. Koi keles puglod, koi pukbe pu, yakbo matbo sheshuvui, se machume uv, mashu managich bakochu. Nipeyin majak wovku Valva hekvej ejo kijtak Valvumadi vupare Vashutak kumame vashuta Ma o.
I'm reading significant damage to the Doomsday Machine, sir. But it's still active. Captain, we still have the Harpang torpedoes. They might be enough to finish the job. The machine's hull is solid neutronium, so targeting it won't help. We'll need to fly in front of the Doomsday Machine and launch the torpedoes down that thing's throat. The fleet will be here to help distract it, but we need to be careful. If we're in front of it when it fires its anti-proton beam, we won't fare any better than that moon did.
Understood. Come on, a little closer. Good hit. Should be 2 more hits. course, I can't cloak. I couldn't hit the trigger in time. Oh, she get ready to fire.
Rear shield failing. Hull integrity below 75%.
Got it.
Hull integrity below 75%.
Captain. Captain, Commander Burgess is patching a subspace signal through to us. The message is from Kronos, sir. Routing it to the main view screen now.
Captain, my name is Commander. While the Empire realizes that you played a vital role in defeating a threat to both our worlds, I am afraid I must insist that you return the ship you stole immediately. I would not want to have to escalate this into something that we will both regret. The battle is over. We do not need to begin another.
It might be best to do what he asks, Captain. The fleet's in no condition for a prolonged fight, sir. And honestly, there's not much about the Bird of Prey specifications that Starfleet intelligence doesn't know already. We did what we came here to do. Let the Klingons have their little victory, and the fleet can take you and your crew back to your ship. The important thing is that the Doomsday Machine was destroyed. I'm sure Commander Burgess will want to congratulate you for a job well done.
Thank you, Commander. Lieutenant, sorry.
Kvolk's loss is unfortunate, but he did what he believed he had to do. In the end, he died with honor. Fortunately, you were able to destroy the Doomsday device and end the threat of Bavat's weapons programs. We probably haven't seen the last of him, but at least now he's disarmed. At least as much as any Klingon, that is. And don't worry about having to return the IKS Targ to the Klingons. I don't believe that there's much about that class of bird of prey that Starfleet intelligence doesn't already know. If getting the ship back lets the Klingons think they won a small victory, I don't mind, and you shouldn't either. There are very few captains who can say they faced a threat like you did today and lived to tell the tale. Impressive work.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Commander!
Now I gotta redo all these. And while we're here, we'll patrol the system. Captain, there are several reports of Gorn ships hiding in this asteroid belt. 3 civilian vessels have been destroyed in the past 2 weeks. Starfleet wants these attacks stopped, sir. Our orders are to patrol and engage. I think we can do that. Okay, that ship is too close.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed. Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed. Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed. Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
And last group of enemies.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
There are no Gorn ships on our sensors, sir. I've notified Starfleet Command of our status. I will be dispatching regular patrols to ensure the Gorn cannot endanger civilian ships in this system again. We can return to sector space whenever you're ready. Let's go. I have received word that the Donata system is secure. Well done.
Congratulations, Commander.
We have a large number of operations going on in various parts of the galaxy, and we're constantly in need of ships and crew to work at these joint efforts. We've learned of a remote system where elements of the old Romulan Star Empire are trying to take over an asteroid mining facility. Nobody wants to see that happen, so there's a joint operation underway to stop them. Sign on to the Task Force operation for the Romulan Imperial Minefield and see if you can lend a hand.
Understood. Let's hope it goes quickly. That's a weird looking Ferengi. hope it wouldn't take this long to pop. Of course, I can't go anywhere else until I complete this. Well, let's see if we can do any patrols while we're waiting. There we go.
Our intelligence services have discovered an Imperial Romulan operation to take over the mining facilities in this remote area of space. They're using these asteroid mines to collect materials for constructing more warbirds. We need to rescue the transport ships by breaking through the Romulan forces, destroying their minefields, and liberating the processing centers.
Tactical, what should I know about fighting Romulans? They use heavy plasma torpedoes. When you see them coming, shoot them with fire at will or torpedo spread. Use photonic shockwave at close range to destroy it. Or hit by plasma torpedoes, may catch fire. Okay.
Warning, ship is under attack.
The Romulans have cloaked mines next to the transports. Keep an eye out.
Target's shield has failed.
Excellent work against those frigates. Just a few more to go.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shield.
That's gonna hurt.
Target's shield has failed. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
The job isn't over yet. Facility Beta is safe.
Okay, I'll head to Gamma.
Warning, ship is under attack. 4 shields failing. Target's shields have failed. Rear shields failing. Left shield failing. Hull integrity below 75%. Warning, ship is under attack. Hull integrity below 75%. 4 shields
Facility
failing.
Alpha is back online.
Rear shields failing. Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed. 4 shields failing.
The job is... Facility Gamma is up and running. Even though you've defeated their ships, liberated the asteroid factories, and repaired the disabled mining facilities, they don't seem to get the message. Sensors have detected the warbird Falcata leading a battle group to this system at high warp. The Falcata will probably try to blockade the orbital processing plant. In order to protect the civilians in this system, we must regain control of the plant. Destroy the Falcata if necessary and free those civilians.
Understood.
Congratulations,
Excellent.
Commander.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Job well done. We have operations like this going on constantly, so whenever you have the time, join a task force operation. As you rise in rank and experience, more operations will be available to you. You've done well, and while there are still issues at the Klingon front, it's time to move to a bigger picture. Come see me at Earth Space Dock for new information.
Understood. My way. That's because everyone is on missions. That's why I can't put anyone there.
You've done excellent work so far, so I want to expand the range of your mission profiles. There are trouble spots all over the galaxy. A good Starfleet captain never shies from engaging with trouble and trying to solve problems. Within the bounds of the Prime Directive, of course. You'll find patrols at systems scattered all across the quadrant, where enemy ships or local problems need help. We also have trouble spots in other parts of the galaxy, such as Nimbus 3, Drozana Station, and the Defera system. Check into these kinds of trouble spots, as time permits.
Understood, Admiral.
Pick up Damar Khan on Starbase 114 and bring him to Starbase 39 Sierra.
Understood, Admiral.
Greetings, how can I assist?
Ships docking and undocking must disengage engines and operate on maneuvering thrusters only.
Hello! Admiral Quinn told me that you would be available to take me to Starbase 39 Sierra. From there, I'm going to the Hobus system. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have about that area. Fascinating place. I've made it my life's work. This life, anyway.
This life?
I am a Trill. Some among my people are lucky enough to be joined with a symbiotic life form. We share our bodies with them, and in return they share lifetimes of knowledge and memories with us. I am Khan's 7th host, and most of us have been scientists. My predecessor, Lenara Khan, was working to create artificial wormholes. I studied the effects of supernova. Goodbye.
Tell me about the Hobus system.
In 2387, the star in the Hobus system went supernova. The resulting explosion devastated the planets in the system, of course. But then it created a chain reaction that cut a path of destruction more than 500 light-years long. More than a dozen systems were affected by the Hobus event. Most notably, the Romulus system. Both Romulus and Remus were destroyed. Billions lost their lives. The thing is, an M-class planet like Romulus should have been protected by its stellar magnetosphere and its planetary magnetic field. They act like shields to protect the planet from radiation, and a supernova blast is highly energetic radiation. If the supernova is large enough, it will overwhelm those defenses, but the Romulans should have had decades to prepare for the wave's arrival. As it was, they only had hours. Goodbye.
Didn't Starfleet try to help the Romulans?
Ambassador Spock attempted to organize an evacuation, but the Romulan Senate refused. I guess they thought they had more time. That was a horrible time. Ambassador Spock had a plan to stop the wave, but after the destruction, a Romulan named Nero blamed him. Nero had a ship of awesome power. We still don't know everything about the Narada, but we think the Romulans used Borg technology to create it. Nero destroyed dozens of our ships, and even attacked a Klingon fleet led by General Worf. I hear Worf barely survived. Ultimately, Nero confronted Spock in the Hobus system. Spock managed to use red matter to create an artificial singularity to contain the worst of the supernova's blast. Both he and Nero were lost. Goodbye.
What's the current Romulan political situation?
In a word, trouble. Sela rules what remains of the Star Empire, and isn't shy about using the Tal Shiar and the military to bring systems back into the fold. Meanwhile, Ditan and his unificationists have formed the Romulan Republic. The Federation and the Klingons recently recognized them at Khitomer, while Empress Sela and her allies expressed their disapproval violently. Tensions remain high. The Remans have formed a resistance movement in response to Imperial persecution. There's a lot of bad blood between Remans and Romulans that could end rather poorly. Even more troubling are reports concerning Taris, the former Imperial Praetor. She was ousted from power by Sela, and rumor has it she's seeking powerful allies from both within the Empire and without. Sela made a lot of enemies over the years. This could be their chance to settle old scores. Goodbye.
Are you ready to go?
And ready. The USS Tucker is waiting for me at the starbase. They'll be taking me to the Hoba system. Maybe this time we'll find the clues we need to solve this mystery. Goodbye.
Alright, now to go to Starbase 39 Sierra.
The Romulans were once a passionate, vibrant species, but the loss of their homeworld has left them in ashes. The survivors of the Cataclysm have gathered under the banner of Empress Sela. She has sought out new allies from the Delta Quadrant in an attempt to rebuild the Romulans' former might. And now, she seeks revenge for a lost world and a broken people.
Thank you, Ambassador Spock.
Thank you for your assistance. Is there anything else you want to know?
Are you scared to go into Romulan space?
Never! The crew of the Tucker can handle anything the Romulans can throw at us. Besides, you can only learn so much from sensors and probes. To really understand the Hoba system, we need to be there.
What else can you tell me about Romulan space?
The Romulans are touchy. Watch what you say or you'll be in for a fight. The Remans don't even bother talking before they fire, so I think they're more dangerous than the Romulans. Sela's found some new allies, too. They're from the Delta Quadrant, but I don't know much about them.
What should I do now?
Wish me luck. Oh, and I'd check in with Admiral Tenay before you leave. She might have new orders for you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
You may have heard about the tragedy at Khitomer. Empress Sela attempted to disrupt the conference with a bomb, resulting in the death of Commander Temer. Now, Sela is offering a political reconciliation with the Federation, despite the fact that we have allied with the Romulan Republic. She has invited Federation diplomats to meet with her delegation at a secure base on the edge of the neutral zone. However, we have recently received intelligence that Sela is amassing a fleet. We are sending you with the peace delegation as cover for your investigation into Sela's activities. This is a very delicate situation. you must try to covertly obtain information about Sila's plans without disrupting our peace efforts or upsetting Sila. However, we do have an agent in her retinue who will help you.
Understood.
I have new missions for.
And this will be the last mission of this stream. We have arrived in the Grama system, Captain. Coming hail, sir, do you want me to put on the main view screen? On screen.
Greetings and welcome to Agrama. I am pleased that Starfleet sent such a notable officer as its representative at this conference. Please enter a standard orbit and transport down to these coordinates. This meeting may mark the beginning of a new day for the Federation and the Romulan Star Empire.
Hope we can find a path to peace. There's been too much conflict between our peoples. And of course we all know what Sila's gonna do. If this is your first time watching it, I will not give you any clues. We've entered standard orbit, sir. Are you ready to beam down? Way team, assemble in transport room 1.
The rest of the delegates are already in the conference room. My aide, Jevem, will take you there. I have some business to attend to before we begin.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Empress. Not. Look forward to a productive conversation. Not.
I am so pleased to see the Federation recognize and attempt to rectify its past mistakes. I knew that a people as clever as yours would realize eventually that it is folly to antagonize the Romulan Star Empire. I am also confident it will only be a matter of time before you realize that you have made a grievous error by allying yourselves with terrorists, scoundrels, and thieves. The sooner you renounce your poorly considered alliance with the so-called Romulan Republic, the sooner we will be able to come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
I can only say that I'm glad we've taken this first step.
Welcome to Agrama. Isn't this a lovely facility? You must tour the atrium later. Hard to believe this system was infested by Orion pirates not long ago. You know, some of my colleagues were against this meeting, but I lobbied for it. I said the entire Federation cannot be as blind as the people who were at the farce at Khitomer. If you just see the problems the Romulan Republic are causing, I'm sure you can persuade your government to reconsider their rash choice and sever their agreements with these rebels.
It'll be more than a warm welcome to make us change our minds about the Republic, Commander. Warm welcome?
It is agreeable to meet with you. You have my people's enduring gratitude for how you handled that matter with Ambassador Soketh. This is another trying time for Vulcan. The Romulan Star Empire blames the Vulcan Science Academy for the Hobus supernova that destroyed their world. They are utterly intransigent in this misguided belief, despite the fact that Ambassador Spock warned them of the danger and ultimately gave his life to stop the loss of even more worlds. Romulans are a most illogical people. Sometimes I find it hard to believe we were once a single species.
As do I, Tempella.
We are so pleased that you were able to attend our conference. The Empire was quite dismayed at your decision to support the terrorist insurgents rather than the rightful government of the Romulan people. So much for your vaunted Prime Directive. In any case, neither of us benefit from extended conflict. So, despite your questionable alliances, we are choosing to open negotiations in hopes of normalizing relations between the Federation and the Romulan Star Empire.
Let us consider this as a first step toward a lasting accord.
I thought the Federation's alliance with the Romulan Republic would be the end of any meaningful dialogues with Empress Sela. After all, she considers the Republic to be a terrorist organization. She may have an ulterior motive for inviting us here, but we had to take the chance that Sela's offer to negotiate is sincere, and act in kind. The Federation must pursue every avenue for peace.
I agree, Ambassador. She may have seen how pointless this conflict is.
The Romulans can be so difficult to deal with, especially these Imperials. They are forever setting traps, twisting words, and jockeying for advantage. Even a conference with the Klingons would be preferable. At least you know where you stand with Klingons. I'm reminded of a line I read once in an ancient Earth text. Hide a knife behind a smile. Every smile here hides a knife.
I'll be on my guard. Why are you running to me?
I apologize for
Coughing
the
on me.
interruption. My name is Tokath. I am one of the stewards here. We've had a slight complication with the dietary requirements of some of your delegation. Could I borrow you for a moment so we can clear this up?
I guess so. I'm not sure how much help I'll be.
Franklin Drake says you can be trusted, and that is enough for me. There's more going on here than a diplomatic conference. Sela has no interest in courting the Federation. So why is she suddenly doing so now? We're going to find out what she's up to.
What do you propose?
The lower level of this facility is off limits to everyone but the Empress and her aides. But that access hatch right over there opens up to a maintenance tunnel that leads down. The doorway is guarded, so while I distract the guards, you sneak through the door.
Lead the way.
The hatch is just ahead in the northeast corner of the room. There will be a security room near the exit of the maintenance tunnel on the level below us. Access one of the consoles there. Maybe you'll learn more about what she's doing. I need to get back to the reception before I'm missed. But I should be able to cover your absence for a few minutes. More than that, and you're on your own.
Understood. Per our agreement, my ships have acquired the Borg sphere and told it to the Pilatus system. I anticipate your prompt acceptance of our proposal for new hunting grounds and the interesting prey you have promised us. Okay. Disable that now.
Empress, the fleet is on its way to Vulcan.
Excellent. Have the weapons loaded aboard my ship. I will depart as soon as they are on board. At last, we will have our revenge for the destruction of Romulus. Hail Hakiv and put him through to my personal terminal. Then leave me. I have matters to attend to.
Yes, Empress.
Computer, begin playback of file 2895 Gamma.
After I left Starfleet, I made it my life's work to reunite the Romulans with their Vulcan brothers. For many years, I lived among them and waged a campaign of peace. 21 years ago, the star of the Hobus system went supernova and sent a wave of devastation across the quadrant. I promised to save the Romulan homeworld. I failed.
Computer, end file. I cannot suffer more of that arrogant fool. Soon, Vulcan will suffer the same fate as my world.
I have Hakiv, Empress.
Patch him through.
Greetings, Empress.
My fleet has launched for Vulcan. I expect you to rendezvous with us there.
Alas, I must disappoint you. The terrorist cells of the Romulan Republic demand my full attention.
Khitomer did not go as planned. Now they have powerful allies.
With Taurus missing.
Spare me your excuses, Hakiv. Nothing is more important than avenging the destruction of our homeworld. You disappoint me, Hakiv. I trust you will not do so again.
Okay, need to destroy the Theron weapons.
I should have known the Federation would send spies instead of diplomats. And you call us treacherous. No matter. You may have destroyed these weapons, but my fleet is already en route to Vulcan. You cannot stop what has begun. Guards! Capture the intruders!
Whatever you did down there, it made quite an impression. Good work on disabling the transport inhibitor. Your ambassadors are safely back on their ships, but I had to blow my cover to get them there. Now it's time for me to get out while I still can. Farewell.
Thanks for your help, Tokath. I hope we meet again. Commander, the satellites are emitting a dampening field that has knocked our engines offline. Diplomatic vessels have been similarly affected. Initiate a feedback pulse.
Warning, ship is under attack. have failed.
Thank you for rescuing us.
Target's shields have failed. Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
I thought we'd never be free of that blasted beast. I'm gonna recommend you get a commendation.
Core shields failing. Hull integrity below 75%. Target's shields have failed. Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
I would not have believed anyone capable of this treachery.
Core shields failing.
Communication systems now available, sir. Hail Admiral
I
Tanay.
had not expected to hear from you so soon. Was your mission successful?
Sela has launched an attack fleet. Her target is Vulcan.
I should have expected as much. You cannot trust them. I never do. I am contacting all available ships. We will meet you there.
Good luck, Admiral. Done all we can here on transmitting emergency signal to Starfleet Command. Course laid in for the Vulcan system, sir. Let's get out of here. Maximum warp. Pump it. Maximum warp. Punch it.
Thanks to your warning, we were able to divert some ships to defend Vulcan. I have come to personally command the defense. The other forces have already been briefed. Your role in this battle will be to defend the science vessels that have set up a tachyon detection grid to detect any cloaked Romulan ships. We cannot allow any enemy ships to slip through.
I understand, Admiral.
The ships maintaining the grid will be priority targets for the Romulans, but they must remain in position or the grid will collapse. That is why I need you to protect them.
Understood.
How can you fight what you cannot see? Surrender now, and I may give you a merciful death.
No, you won't.
Our tachyon detection grid has revealed scout ships attempting to penetrate the perimeter.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target shields have failed. Target's shields have failed.
Your attempts to interfere are meaningless. Vulcan must pay for its crimes.
Vulcan never did it.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
You cannot oppose the Romulan. We are eternal. All forces, advance to this point.
Sela has launched her assault. Science Desert. Maintain formation. All other forces converge on the Romulan fleet.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed. Target's shields have failed.
I don't know. One of my forces has been destroyed.
Reinforcements are en route. Hold the line.
There we go.
I'll follow your lead. Target's shields have failed. 4 shields failing. Target's shields have failed.
And she cloaks like a little bitch.
You may have won this day, but the fight will continue. Romulus will be avenged. There will be blood for blood, death for death. My world is gone. I will not rest until Vulcan suffers the same fate.
Vulcan is not to blame, Sela. Federation wants peace with your people.
Then why does Starfleet use ships equipped with weapons of mass destruction? Why did the Vulcan Science Council willfully refuse to assist us when there was a chance to save our world? Every sorrow in my life can be laid at the feet of the Federation.
You are blinded by anger and grief. I hope you'll see the truth before it's too late. I'm detecting some unusual energy signatures in some of the debris from Romulan vessels, sir. Move us in closer and scan the debris. I mean, this thing has been sitting here the whole entire time since I warped in. So the debris has traces of Borg energy signatures. I think the Romulans may have modified their ship with Borg technology. Something to look into. We completed our objectives here, sir. Are you ready to depart the system? Yes, I am. The people of Vulcan and Starfleet Command both asked me to congratulate you on averting what could have been a terrible disaster. I am deeply concerned about your discovery of the Romulan attempts to modify Borg technology. Sela is desperate to hold the remnants of the Romulan Empire together. Desperate people take great risks. Under the circumstances, it's logical to assume that we have not seen the last of Sela. Perhaps she will come to realize that Vulcan and Starfleet are not to blame for the destruction of Romulus before she returns.
I have.
Congratulations, Commander.
Okay, anything I want to put on? Yes, there is. Okay, so that's the end of this stream. Everyone have a great evening, and I'll see you next time.